hey, it has been a really long time since I posted here. And so I thought it'd be best if I kind of did a catch-up video and just say what's been happening. So there's been a lot of really cool work and life stuff that's been keeping me busy, but in the evenings, CEPL has definitely been progressing. A lot of it's been happening on feature branches, so until recently, master's been very quiet. So what happened was, we were getting there, like there was an API, it was working, it was really pleasant to use and it could be done live, and that was really cool. But the question very quickly comes up of, beyond API, beyond the kind of basics, what can we do to make GPU coding easier and easier to reason about as well? And one of the areas that I found reading other people's code confused me was trying to keep track on what space they were writing their transforms in. So, okay, this is a transform between world space and clip space, but this is being done in model space and all this kind of stuff. And it kind of struck me that one of the things I was getting confused with was I'm looking at matrices. These are transforms between spaces, but it would have been really nice to talk about the spaces themselves. So the question was, hey, what would it be like if we had space as a type? So you uploaded a vector space as a uniform, and you could define scopes where whatever happens is in that space, and any value that travels out of that scope and into another scope gets implicitly transformed. So you can never multiply vectors accidentally from different scopes, from different spaces, and get weird results. And that sounded cool, so I started playing with it, and then realized that to do that we would have to have static flow analysis of values in the compiler, which I started reading one part of the paper and then got confused and went, I'll just write it, see what happens. And that was 6 months trying to get all that to work. And we have a feature that's very buggy, but it's in CEPL. I'm going to do another video on that because I'll waffle about it for ages otherwise. And so that took ages. And in the meantime, people started talking to me, just a few, saying cool, I'd like to use CEPL. I've already got this stuff. How are they going to play together? Talking about the code behind, I'm using SDL2 behind the scenes, and there are other options, and just how modular is this thing? It was making me think about the structure of my code, and so I spent some time refactoring to make sure we could have different backends and all this kind of stuff. And then the more I was thinking about other people using this, I came to that point where I realized, well, if I'm actually serious about people using this project, I need documentation. And so I took a while and wrote all the API documentation. So every exported symbol should have documentation now, and not just kind of one-liners that are tautological. They should actually be a decent explanation. Anything that doesn't have that is considered a bug, so please file it. But the funny thing about writing documentation is it's almost like the best way to get the entire system back in your head. And I hadn't thought about CEPL as a whole in a couple of years. So having it all in, suddenly I started seeing inconsistencies in the API. And documenting sucks at the best of times, but documenting something that you can see is wrong is just appalling. So I had to go, screw it, go and fix that, and then rewrite a bunch of the documentation. And now it's in a state that I'm actually kind of happy to call it a beta. And it's not one of these kind of new fashionable, Google betas, which are for marketing purposes, but this is like an old school. There's features and bugs, and there's features missing, rather. There's features. Who knew? And things that haven't been implemented yet. And so what I mean by a beta really in this case is the API is usable, and what's there probably isn't going away. We're going to try and make it even more consistent if we can, and features are going to be added. But a lot of what's there should be fairly stable up to V1. And so that's where we are. I've updated all the examples. I got that into master, and as of today, everything's in quick-lisp. So you should just be able to call quick load CEPL, and it'll pull all the dependencies and all that kind of stuff, including I've been making a little lightweight input system, so if you want to kind of do games and things like that, that's available on quick-lisp. There's a bunch of stuff ready to play with, basically. And I'm going to be doing a few more videos. I've got 2 already kind of done and needing editing. So they should be up in the next couple of days. And from there, I really want to just start filling things back out and trying to get into rhythm of posting videos again, because it really has been too long. So yeah, that's kind of it. It's good to see all you folks again. Thanks for so many subscriptions and so many views, and I hope I can give you something more interesting to look at in the next few months. See you, folks. Bye.